Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and follow our account. Breaking news. Sometimes, the most unforgettable moments are not found on stage or on screen, but in the quiet, unguarded corners of life. When rising star Zhao Jinmai was surprised by actor Zhang Linghe on her birthday, what began as a simple celebration turned into a deeply emotional moment that left her in tears, capturing the hearts of fans everywhere. Birthdays for celebrities are rarely private. They are often planned with grand gestures, lavish cakes, trending hashtags, and a tidal wave of fan support. But this year, Zhao Jinmai's birthday unfolded in a way that felt profoundly different, because it wasn't just about fame, lights, or cameras. It was about love, friendship, and the sincerity of someone who truly cared for her. That someone was Zhang Linghe. The two have been linked in fans' imaginations ever since their captivating chemistry in dramas, their off-screen comfort with each other, and the way Zhang Linghe seems to effortlessly draw out Zhao Jinmai's brightest smiles. But nothing could have prepared fans or Zhao Jinmai herself for the way he chose to celebrate her special day. Instead of the usual red carpet-worthy spectacle, Zhang Linghe orchestrated something intimate. A space filled with warmth, soft lighting, handwritten notes, and carefully chosen details that reflected who Zhao Jinmai is as a person, not just as an actress. Friends who were present described the atmosphere as quietly magical, the kind of moment where the world slows down and every detail matters. When Zhao Jinmai walked into the room, her reaction was immediate. Eyes wide, hand covering her mouth in disbelief, her laughter breaking into tears. It was a raw, genuine expression of being loved and seen. Fans later described it as the kind of reaction that makes you believe in sincerity, a reminder that even idols have hearts that long for tenderness. What made the surprise even more touching was how Zhang Linghe interacted with her throughout the celebration. He didn't stand in the spotlight, he stood beside her. He wasn't there as an actor sharing the stage, but as someone offering comfort and presence. From helping her cut the cake to gently handing her tissues when her tears began to flow, his actions spoke louder than any scripted line ever could. Clips of the moment quickly began circulating online. On platforms like Weibo, Douyin, and international fan accounts on Twitter and Instagram, hashtags such as Zhao Jinmai birthday, Zhang Linghe surprise, and even Zhao Linghe moments began trending. The fandom was buzzing not just because of the event itself, but because of what it represented. It wasn't about glamour. It wasn't about publicity. It was about authenticity. And for Zhao Jinmai, who has been navigating the complexities of fame at such a young age, this moment felt like a gift not just from Zhang Linghe, but from fate itself. But the question fans couldn't stop asking was this just friendship, or something more? The reason this moment struck such a chord lies in the unique journey both Zhao Jinmai and Zhang Linghe have walked. Zhao Jinmai has been in the public eye since her teenage years. Known for her emotional depth in dramas and her ability to embody characters that resonate with viewers, she has often been described as an old soul in a young body. But behind the camera, she has carried the weight of expectations, the pressures of fame, and the challenge of growing up in front of millions of eyes. Zhang Linghe, on the other hand, has carved his path as one of the most intriguing rising actors in China. With his calm demeanor, refined aura, and an ability to balance charm with vulnerability, he has captured the admiration of fans not just as a performer, but as someone who radiates quiet strength. Together, their worlds collided in dramas that left fans endlessly replaying scenes, analyzing interactions, and wondering about the truth of their connection. Was it just acting, or did their chemistry hint at something deeper? The birthday surprise added fuel to this long-burning fire. Observers noticed the small details, the way Zhang Linghe looked at her with softness, the way Zhao Jinmai leaned toward him instinctively, and the shared laughter that felt like a language only they understood. In fandom spaces, discussions turned emotional. One fan wrote, "I cried seeing her cry. She deserves this kind of happiness." Another added, "Linghe's surprise wasn't about showing off. It was about making Jinmai feel safe and loved. That's rare in this industry." Even more telling was how Zhao Jinmai herself expressed her gratitude. Through teary eyes, she whispered words of thanks that felt heavy with emotion, as if she couldn't fully articulate the depth of her feelings in that moment. And perhaps she didn't need to. Sometimes, silence says more than any speech could. For fans, watching Zhao Jinmai cry was not just emotional, it was cathartic. It was as if her tears mirrored their own desire to see her protected, cherished, and celebrated as more than just a star. But just as the fandom was swept into this emotional high, a lingering question hovered in the air. Was this a hint at something official between them? Or would it remain an unspoken bond behind the curtains of fame? What makes this story so gripping is how it blurs the lines between reality and fantasy. K-drama and C-drama fans are used to seeing grand gestures on screen. Surprise birthday scenes, heartfelt confessions, and the kind of slow-motion moments where time seems to stop. But this time, it wasn't scripted. It was real. And that's why it hit so hard. For global fans, especially women who have grown up cherishing stories of love, loyalty, and emotional honesty, this was more than celebrity gossip. It was a living, breathing fairy tale, a reminder that in a world obsessed with image and perfection, genuine acts of care can still exist. Zhao Jinmai's tears became symbolic. They weren't tears of sadness, but of overwhelming gratitude. They spoke of years of carrying pressure, of learning to smile even when tired, and of finally feeling like someone truly understood her heart. Zhang Linghe's actions, too, painted a picture that resonated deeply. He didn't try to outshine her moment, he elevated it. He placed her at the center, while quietly anchoring her with steady support. For fans, it was the definition of what modern romance should look like: equal, respectful, and emotionally attuned. As clips continued to spread, international fans drew parallels to beloved K-drama and C-drama couples. Some called it a real-life drama unfolding before our eyes, while others insisted it was better than fiction. The energy was electric, with fan edits set to emotional OSTs going viral across TikTok and Instagram Reels. And yet, amid the whirlwind of celebration, there was also caution.